Hey guys, it's Robbie here, and today I'm going to be making some low point chocolate peanut butter bars. Alright guys, hopefully everybody is doing wonderful today. If you're part of my Facebook group or my Instagram, you already knew this video was coming. So basically, let me explain real quick. If you guys remember, a while back, I think it was for Christmas, I think it was a Christmas cookie collab, I made some lower point peanut butter cookies. And they were really, really good. And so I've been obsessed with PB2 lately, and I was like, I wonder if there's a way that I can make those cookies using PB2 instead of actual peanut butter, and that would cut the points even lower. So I started making it the other day and using PB2, and it was just really, really liquidy, not where you could actually form a cookie with it. So I put it in a pan and baked it, and it came out like bread, or, you know, it was pretty thin, but like really, really good. Not quite perfect, so I decided I wanted to start tweaking it, and it gave up on the whole cookie idea, even though I think there is a way to do that as well. I have some ideas for that, but I really liked making this little mini loaf and then cutting it up, and it's like little bars, and it's super, super good and like lower in points. So I decided to start tweaking it, working on it, and I remembered that I had the chocolate PB2, game changer right here. And if you have never used PB2, I'll put a link down below where you can get it on Amazon. I like buying the bundles where you get one of each, regular PB2 and then the chocolate PB2. Although I became obsessed with the chocolate and got the giant tub. But anyway, so I started tweaking that, adding some stuff, and I loved how it came out yesterday. So I decided to make a video for you guys today. So first of all, ingredients. You need 1 cup of the chocolate PB2. You need, and I'll list everything down below what you need, ingredients. This is half of a cup of water, and 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. You need 1 egg, and I am using granulated stevia. You can use whatever kind of sugar or sugar substitute you want. It may substitute the points. I do actually like the Truvia brown sugar blend, especially for this type of thing, but it does increase the points. So for today's purposes, I'm using the stevia. And then you will also need butter extract. This comes in handy so much because you're not getting a bunch of actual butter, but you're getting that pop of flavor. And then of course, vanilla. And this is just a basic recipe. You can tweak and add different things that you want, different spices. I feel like cinnamon might go good with this, other things like that, but this is just basic how I did it, and I'm loving it. All right, so let's get into actually putting it together. All right, so super, super easy. Before you start this, go ahead and put your oven on 350 degrees, and then come back over here and start mixing. And literally, you're just dumping it. It's kind of like a dump cake type of thing, because you're literally just dumping everything in there. And for me, it doesn't matter what order you put it in. You can tweak it a little bit if you want to make it a little bit easier to mix up, but I totally don't have an issue with just going to town with this whisk. So that's how I do it. So you just get it all in the bowl, and you just start whisking it up. And one thing also I forgot to mention, in your pan, I'm using this size pan. I don't know the dimensions, but you know, a basic bread loaf pan. You will be using some olive oil spray on the pan just so that it doesn't stick to it. That's the only other ingredient that I forgot to mention, which if you've seen me do cooking videos before, you know sometimes I tend to forget stuff, and I'm like, oh, by the way, this is what's up. That's why I always look for the descriptions in my videos, because I've also been known to say the wrong measurements while I'm talking, and then put the correct information in the description box. So if I said something wrong, just check the stuff down below, and that way you can know exactly what the measurements are. And at the end, I always go over nutritional information. So again, with that, you can double check down below. All right, and then what I like with these clear bowls is looking underneath, and you can see like in that corner there's a bunch of stuff. So I like that. And that's if you're using it by hand. You could totally use an electric mixer or a stand mixer, but you know, I'm not doing all that. All right, so like I said, some olive oil spray just to coat it to keep it from sticking. And then it's simple from there. You just pour it on in there. Super easy, guys. I always feel silly doing a video on something that it's literally mix and pour, but at the same time, I love doing them and I love watching them because you can keep an eye out for consistency and coloring and stuff like that. All right, and this could easily be doubled up, and obviously you would double the points, but yeah. So got that guy in there, and I'm just gonna pop it in the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. All right, guys, it's time for the Infinity Gauntlet to pull this baby out. Ignore my stove. One of these days I will learn how to clean, I promise. All right, I'm gonna let this cool down and slice it up, and I'll be back. Doesn't that look delicious? I'm so excited to be eating this. All right, so basically you can make 10 bars out of this, and one bar is like that. I mean, I think that's pretty good, and especially for the calories and for the points, totally worth it. You can easily have several of these. What I'm actually doing is pairing it with one of these Fairlife protein drinks because they're only 2.3 bites on Sugar Smart. So, got a prettier glass for it, especially because you might want to dunk. I like to dunk sometimes. But yeah, so this thing tastes amazing. So, you know, my favorite part of every cooking video is where I get to eat. So, this is gonna get messy though, because it's chocolate in my teeth. But it's so good. It's so good. And dunk factor, not falling apart, not crumbling, but soaking up the drink. So yeah. Okay, seeing if I have black teeth now. I don't, unlike when I use my charcoal toothpaste, because wow. All right, so nutritional information. First of all, before I even say that, I like how this came out, and especially like I said before, you can tweak it. I love recipes that you can make your own and tweak. So with this, you can definitely add things that if you want to. You can do this with the regular PB2, not the PB2 chocolate if you want to. It's all up to you. I feel like when I'm baking with PB2, it doesn't give a strong peanut butter flavor, so it does feel a little lacking when I just do that. So that's why I grabbed this, also because I'm low on regular PB2, and I was just trying with this yesterday because I didn't want to use all my PB2 up, and yeah. But yeah, so anyway, do what you want with it. I like it at this point, but you can obviously tweak it. So nutritional information, like I said, this makes 10 bars. And so you can either have one, you can have two, you pair it with a Fairlife drink or whatever, however you wish. But so with 10 servings, and I am on the Sugar Smart plan on iTrack Bites. That is also the green plan on Weight Watchers. So it is 1.3 bites on Sugar Smart, which is equal to 1 point on the green plan. Now that plan does count eggs for 2, so it might be a smidge less, but you're literally using 1 egg in the entire loaf. So I don't have access to Weight Watchers anymore because I decided to stop paying for it because it's not worth it just for the fact of checking what points are on other plans. You guys can check it. It should be very similar, maybe a little bit less. But on mine, so 1 would be 1 point on green, 2 would be 2 points, or 3 points on green. I track bites, especially if you're doing decimal. Stop being nosy. Since you're doing the decimals, like it's really would just be 2.6 for 2 bars. But yeah, so anyway, so that, and real quick, the rest, 45 calories, 1.3 grams of fat, 0.2 grams of saturated fat, 56 milligrams of sodium, 6.9 carbs, 0.8 grams of fiber, 2.5 grams of sugar, and 3.8 grams of protein. So pretty darn healthy for a treat, for a dessert type thing. I think that's great. And it's not using a bunch of weird stuff. I mean, granted, sugar substitute, stuff like that, so I guess it is. But either way, I'm happy with it. I love it. I'm going to eat this, and I will talk to you all later.